Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, and for today's episode in Mommy Knows, I will be giving you some tips of what to eat and not to eat during our pregnancy. Hi mommies, so I know that you are all excited to know what are the food to eat and not to eat during pregnancy. So during the first trimester until you reach the third trimester of your pregnancy, some food nutrients like folic acid, vitamin D, calcium, iodine, DHA, and fatty acid and iron are the most essential vitamins and minerals that we need for our baby and also for our in this video, I'm going to remind and show you and give some other tips on what to eat and some alternatives to eat during your pregnancy. So let's start. So during our first trimester, it is the most intensive part of our pregnancy because it is very delicate, and we'll make sure that all the food that we eat is nutritious. So the very first thing that we should avoid is those food that are rich and high in mercury. Mercury is a highly toxic element that can be found on the fish in highly polluted water. So we should avoid it because it destroys our kidney, our nervous system, and most especially the development of the fetus inside our womb. High mercury fishes you want to include and avoid are the following: the shark, the swordfish, mackerel, tuna. In the Philippines, we have the tuna, espada, and the tulingan. So we should avoid eating too much. Important to note that all fishes are high in mercury, but specifically those given type of fish. But don't you worry, you can still enjoy eating fish during your first trimester while having not to worry if it's high in mercury or not. Because there are a lot of plentiful low mercury fishes like the anchovies, the cod, the salmon, tilapia, and the trout. So they are fatty fish like salmon and anchovies are especially good options and high in omega-3 fatty acids. Food to avoid are the undercooked or raw fish. So this will be tough for you, especially those who are sushi fans. So it's important that you cook carefully your food and it's clean, because we can avoid some parasitic infection and viral bacteria such as norovirus, vibrio, salmonella, and listeria. So some of these infections may only affect you, causing dehydration and weakness. Other infections may be passed on your baby with serious or even fatal consequences. The third one are the undercooked, raw, and processed meat. So, some of the issues with raw fish affect undercooked meat too. So, eating undercooked or raw meat increases your risk of infection from several bacteria and parasites. So, bacteria may threaten the health of your little one in your womb and possibly leading it to stillbirth or severe neurological illness, or maybe including intellectual disability, blindness, and epilepsy. If you're trying to eat meat, so make sure it's fully clean and it's fully cooked. So there are some issues regarding the hot dogs, lunch meat, and deli meat because sometimes, surprisingly to the pregnant people, this type of meat may be infected with various bacteria during processing or storage. So we have to be careful to eat those uncooked, and thing you should avoid or prevent is from eating raw eggs. Raw eggs can be contaminated with salmonella bacteria. So symptoms of salmonella infection include fever, nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. However, enjoy eating eggs by scrambling it, poached egg, homemade mayonnaise, and homemade salad dressings on it. The list are the organ meat. So you should avoid eating organ meat during your pregnancy, most especially during your first trimester. Organ meat is a great source of variety of nutrients. This includes iron, vitamin B12, vitamin A, zinc, selenium, and copper, all of which are good for you and your baby. However, Eating too much animal-based vitamin A organ meat is not recommended during your pregnancy. Consuming too much performed vitamin A, especially in the first trimester of pregnancy, can lead to congenital malformations and miscarriage. Next on the list is the caffeine. You may be one of the millions of folks who love their daily cups of coffee, tea, soft drinks, or cocoa. You're definitely not alone when it comes to our love of caffeine. Pregnant people are generally advised to limit their caffeine intake to less than 200 milligrams per day. So caffeine is absorbed very quickly and passes easily into the placenta. So because babies and their placentas don't have the main enzyme needed to metabolize caffeine, high level of caffeine during your pregnancy has been shown to restrict fetal growth and increase the risk of low birth weight and at delivery. You should also avoid raw sprout. Your healthy salad choice may be not free from rogue ingredients. Raw sprout, including alfalfa, clover, radish, mung bean sprouts, or bean sprouts, may be contaminated with salmonella. The humid environment required by seeds to start sprouting is ideal for this kind of bacteria, and they're almost impossible to wash off. So you should look after the raw sprouts with your food. Always look after the unwashed produce. The surface of the unwashed or unpeeled fruits and vegetables may be contaminated with several bacteria and parasites. This includes E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria, which can be acquired from the soil or through handling. Contamination can occur at any time during production, harvest, processing, and storage and transportation. So one dangerous parasite that may linger on fruits and vegetables is called Toxoplasma. So the majority of people who have toxoplasmosis have no symptoms, while others may feel like they have the flu for a month or more. Alcohol. It is advised to completely avoid drinking alcohol whenever you're pregnant, as it increases the risk of miscarriage and stillbirth. Even a small amount can negatively impact your baby's brain development. The processed junk foods. There's no better time than pregnancy to start eating nutrient-dense foods to help both of you and your growing little one in your tummy. You'll need increased amount of many essential nutrients, including protein, folate, choline, and iron. It is also a meat that you're eating for two, so you can eat as you normally do during the first semester. The bottom line is, when you're pregnant, it's essential to avoid foods and beverages that may put you and your baby at risk. Although most foods and beverages are perfectly safe to enjoy, some like raw fish, unpasteurized dairy, alcohol, and high in mercury fish should be avoided. Plus, some foods and other beverages like coffee and foods high in added sugar should be limited in order to promote a healthy pregnancy. In general, we should eat healthy, green, leafy vegetables, all of the fruits, essential meat and eggs, and most especially our multivitamins for pregnant women. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from our video today, and hope to see you soon, and good luck to your pregnancy.